premiered worldwide.
I was walking down the beach, looking for some action. Had my radio set on a rap station. Saw a girl in trouble, a sticky situation. She wanted me to give her mouth to mouth.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to World Wrestling Radio. We got the music playing today. We're in Nico Extra Studios live. Look at this. I've upgraded. I did a massive upgrade here. I just said, you know what? Sometimes you got to switch life up. I'm so happy with my music's playing. I'm going to play it softly while we talk for a little bit because I can, damn it. That's why. Joining me live this evening is my lovely panel. Cool Mike C. He's upgraded to a webcam. We're getting him a mic. He's on his way. He no longer has a transparent background. That is a real background, folks. We are not kidding you right now. That is a legit background. How you doing, Cool Mike C?
Oh, good. No longer a hologram. And we were just talking about NXT that we attended last night. And we'll get into that for sure.
And also joining me is the infamous, mysterious, wild Daniel. How you doing, Mr. Daniel?
What is going on, guys?
As always, please, the new studio looks phenomenal. Thank you very much, Chris. As always, feel free to chime in, leave your questions. We'll answer them live in studio. That's what we do here. We do have a hell of a lot to talk about. It's been a crazy week or two in professional wrestling, starting with the Royal Rumble. Just took place last week. I hate the fact that we know what we know ahead of time. Like Dave Meltzer and all you jerks, you guys are assholes for telling us about Ronda Rousey and Brock Lesnar, but they did get one thing wrong that we all thought they were going to get right, and that was Roman losing. And then, this is funny, Shane to AEW. If Shane McMahon shows up in AEW, like that'll never happen. I think we all kind of thought Roman was going to lose, and probably by Paul Heyman to some extent, or by Brock Lesnar, and Seth was going to be the champ. But they did a switcheroonie on us, and they actually pulled one where Brock lost. Bobby Lashley's now the champ. Roman looks stronger than ever, continues his however many days as champion. And now we got a legitimate match coming up potentially. I mean, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, maybe title versus title, maybe not title versus title. I don't really know. But this is exciting because this is like WrestleMania. This is real WrestleMania shit, as you would say. You know what I mean? This is real WrestleMania. That's a match. If at Elimination Chamber or whatever, Brock ends up winning that gold and they turn it into, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, title versus title. That's up there with Hogan versus Warrior, in my opinion. What do you guys? What does this all mean in the world of the Royal Rumble? And WWE fan says men's Rumble was shit, in my opinion. Brock does not need to win to fight to Roman. I agree. I don't know what happened. And I was talking to Cool Mike C earlier. He said that the rumors of Matt Riddle supposedly winning the Royal Rumble are coming out that actually wasn't true, and that wasn't the case at all. So I'm not quite sure what the truth is anymore, what's real or what's not real. But what'd you guys think of the Royal Rumble? Dan, go first. What did you think of overall the men's, the women's, the infamous Roman interfering, all that shit?
I thought overall it was a decent pay-per-view. For one of your big, your main 4 or 5, whatever they have now. A little disappointed. I thought the men's Rumble was absolute garbage. Very predictable. The women's Rumble stole the show. I thought it was best match of the night. They had a really.
Did you pop when Ronda came out? Did you get excited?
Absolutely.
I mean, Mike, did you pop when Ronda came out?
Of course. Even though you knew it was coming, it would have been better if you didn't know. But you wanted to see it, and you did. And you knew the match was over as soon as she got in.
Right.
I was like, oh, my God, it's Ronda Rousey.
Right.
Yeah.
And the women's match just had so much of a good fuse of some surprises, some legends, some of the new, talent, where the men's Rumble lacked that element of surprise that I usually felt made the Royal Rumble so fun to watch. And it didn't do it for me this year.
As soon as Brock's music hit, we were all like, "Oh shit," because you knew that was it.
Yeah, it was over.
Yeah. I mean, Lashley and Lesnar was really entertaining. Didn't care for the finish, but I understand the long-term, the long-term storytelling involved in that. But Roman
says, "I hope we get a clean fight with Roman and Lesnar at Mania." I mean, highly unlikely.
I think we'll get a clean finish.
Really? Completely clean. No Paul Heyman. I mean, if you really want to make an interference, you have Solo Sikoa show up and they'd be like, "Who's that?" And then he gives them a kick. But
you could.
They're not that creative, are they?
Right, they're not. But I mean, now we have all this talk of, the bro Matt Riddle maybe taking the belt and going to Mania to fight Orton.
It's funny you say that, but I'll just go ahead and blurt one of my rumors out. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. Oh, I can't even find it right now. Just keep talking while I look for it. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Who's that calling this?
Uh-oh.
It's Jason Mania.
Jason, front row Jason.
Jason Mania, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? Can you guys hear Jason Mania right now? Cool Mike C, can you guys hear him?
No.
No.
And usually he's the loudest guy in the room.
Rooney. Hold up. I have to pull a quick.
We can't hear Jason.
No.
Oh, we effed it up. We effed it up. Anyways, they're saying that Randy Orton could potentially be taking some time off. How would you agree? Ivory was the Karen of WWE back in the day. Oh, I fucked this up for Jason. I feel bad for him. He was all excited about it.
That's a good one.
I ruined his big moment, his big debut on World Wrestling Radio.
First off, Ivory
was the Karen of the day. That's a great take.
No,
I don't really care.
She was so annoying. She was so annoying. I'm glad, Rhea just threw her out with like garbage.
Jason, are you there?
Yeah. Can you guys hear me now?
Can you guys hear Jason speaking?
Yes.
We can hear you, brother.
Yes.
What's going on?
Yes.
Woo! What's up, guys?
Welcome to World
Jason?
Wrestling Radio. I know this is your debut for those of you listening, and if you're going to be on the podcast later, this is Jason. He's a maniac. He's the maniac of the group.
Oh, man. Dude,
By far.
glad to be here.
So we were just talking about the Royal Rumble. You were actually at the Royal Rumble. So
Yes.
What did you think about this Royal Rumble that just took place? Give us the highs, the lows. You don't have to get into the logistics of what happened with the drama at the place that we all know about, but you can tell us about the match itself and what you thought about, especially The big shockers, the Ronda Rousey, the Brock winning. Give us the whole rundown of what you thought in a minute. Don't spend 5 minutes here blabbing.
All right, dude. So opening the event with Seth versus Roman, legit was awesome. I've seen Seth Rollins come out and play mind games with Roman Reigns, with his Shield gear and Shield music. Awesome. Ending to the match, complete garbage, unfortunately. Right, you go from there to the Women's Royal Rumble, which I predicted over a year and a half ago, Ronda Rousey winning. So I'm glad to see my girls back, Ronda. So I knew she was going to win. Then you go from there, you got Doudrop and Becky Lynch, and then the WrestleMania sign saved us all from that horrible match when it went on fire right over my head. So that's what I think of that match. It was a fireball, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So then after that, you go to Brock versus Bobby Lashley. I had a feeling going into this. I was mixed, just like you guys. Was Roman going to lose? Was Brock going to lose? And then I figured if Roman lost and won the Rumble, that place was going to erupt in boos. So they didn't want that. So Brock lost to Lashley. And as soon as that happened, I was like, Brock's winning the Rumble, right? So we go from that, and then we go to the Miz and Edge, the mixed tag match. Not a fan of it. That should have been on sooner, and it was lackluster. Their match at day one was a lot better, and I was also there live in attendance. Then you go to the Men's Royal Rumble, which was just like the WrestleMania sign, just a horrid event. After we knew who was going to come, they didn't have anybody big. They leaked that Shane McMahon was coming back. They leaked that Bad Bunny was going to be in it. It was just a fire burner, man, but it was cool being there live, ringside.
Absolutely. You look like you had some pretty good seats. I heard you got lucky. I know. We know your story. And I think it's pretty cool that you plan on attending many events this year, and you're going to be a wild man. I know you're going to be joining WrestleMania. Are you going to Saudi Arabia or wherever the next thing is? Are you going to watch Elimination Chamber in wherever the hell it's at? I don't even know, guys.
Jeddah.
It's so far
Jeddah,
away
Saudi
and
Arabia.
crazy. Saudi Arabia, yeah.
Jeddah.
Yeah. I think that one I'm going to pass on. As much as I want to see Brock Lesnar win the WWE title and make this a champion versus champion match, which I think is 50-50 at this point. Brock winning that Elimination Chamber. You don't want to count him out because, dude, come on. No one thought he was going to win Money in the Bank when they surprised us and he ran in and won like in 2 seconds and then he just won the Rumble. You can't Brock out of the equation. And I'm not going to lie. This is my favorite Brock Lesnar that we've seen in a long time. And it needed this going to WrestleMania. If you're going to do Brock versus Roman 101 times, you need this.
I couldn't agree with you more, Jason. Thank you for storming into our podcast with your tornado of a radio show. Next week, the debut of Jason, potentially with video, if you're lucky, boys and girls. Thank you for joining us, Jason. We're going to get back to our business.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a good night. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Go play with some booty.
Jason.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Front row.
Jason, he is a maniac. Wow, he kind of took everything by storm there, guys. He went through the whole thing with the big. So this match is shit, man. This match is bullshit, and this is queefy, and I was like, all right, dude, Jesus. So let's talk about it. Lesnar, Lashley, Royal Rumble. I'm shocked. I'm truly shocked that Roman interfered. I don't think any of us, we did our little prediction thing last week. None of us called that. None of us said that's how this is going down. Right. So for that to happen that way is actually pretty impressive that the WWE pulled a swerve-a-rooney on me because they don't usually get to do that. We all usually know exactly what's going on. And none of us kind of knew that, right? Did anyone predict that Roman was going to interfere?
No. And that's good booking there. And let's give WWE credit when they do make sense of a few things, even though the other men's and women's match wasn't really, it was too predictable. This one did have that good swerve. And then, of course, the Heyman double cross, was good too.
Yeah, that was real good. That one shocked me. I mean, when everyone asked me who was going to screw Roman or who was going to, it's Heyman. It's always going to be Heyman who ends up screwing the other person. You know what I mean? That's just how it needs to go down. And that makes a lot of sense to me for it to go down that way. Oh, shit.
Right.
All right. So I thought this match was pretty interesting. And I think this match, starting out, Roman versus Seth, that opener right there was Seth in his Shield gear. It's all right. Vince said he's going to be joining us a little bit. That's cool. Thanks for joining us, Vince. Better late than never. I swear Vince is going to be late to his own funeral. You know what I mean?
Oh, by a couple weeks.
This man is late. I guarantee he hasn't made it to work on time in like decades.
If he wasn't the boss's kid, You know, come on.
You're fired. He'd be definitely getting the fire Rooney. That's hilarious. Oh, man. That's too funny. All right. Let's move on. Miz and Maurice, Edge, and Beth. I thought that shit was kind of shit, just like Jason said. Did you guys think that had shit to it, or did you enjoy the match? Which is surprising. I usually enjoy Edge and what he has to offer in a match, but this one didn't really hit the spot for me. Did you guys enjoy
it for what it is? Enjoy it for what it is. It's like a curtain call match, you know? It's like an encore match. It was just for fun. Just go with the fun. Don't take it too serious.
I liked it. Was really a curtain call match?
But it had a serious build, though. That's the thing. They really built it.
Did.
A legitimate, you know, kind of real. I think there was some heat there, and it just fell apart. It didn't live up to, you know, the build.
It really didn't live up to the build at all. It was kind of lackluster.
I just didn't take it that serious. It was just a fluff match in between two very good, intense matches. That's all it was. It was just to lighten up the crowd a little bit so they could kind of digest things if they would.
That might have been the problem,
break or whatever, and then you come back in. But that was the best placement for it anyway.
See, I don't think it was
just a breath, and then for the main event, go strong again.
Right.
Unnecessary for me. And then, like they said, the men's Royal Rumble itself really just kind of disappointing at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Not quite sure why they even need to have Brock Lesnar show up in number 30 and beat everyone and win. Don't know if Riddle was supposed to win or not, but if Riddle did in fact win, was going to win, I think that would have been really cool. I think that would have been really cool if they would have put Riddle over and give him that opportunity to be the champ. I know that we are like, what's up, Mad Dog? How you doing? I know Mad Dog's going to be joining us later for Mad Dog's News. It's going to be a new special segment for World Wrestling Radio. I know you boys are excited, aren't you? I can tell by the look on your stone cold faces.
Mad Dog.
All right.
There's Ollie J.
Let's move on from the Royal Rumble. Let's rate it 1 through 10. What are you guys going to give it? Cool Mike C, 1 through 10. What do you give the Royal Rumble?
Overall?
Yeah.
Like a 7. You know.
Giving it a 7?
Yeah.
What about you, Mr. Daniel?
I'm going to give it a whopping.
I'll give it an 8. I'll go with
5.
I'll give it an 8.
It gets a 5.
It gets half of the perfect 10. It gets the perfect 5.
Get a perfect 5.
Half of the perfect 10.
Let us know on TikTok. We got over 400 people on TikTok. We don't have very many people on our Twitch. But if you are over here, come hang out with us on Twitch and YouTube. We're live right now. Having a good time. Showing a little skin.
And your grade, Nico? Your grade?
I got a question for you guys, though. Where the fuck is Veer?
Veer's here.
I thought Veer was coming for sure at the Royal Rumble. I thought he was going to come all over the Royal Rumble, but Veer did not show up. So where's Veer?
Did you see SRS reported he did a dark match before Raw?
Yeah, he's been doing dark matches from what I've heard.
Interesting. Okay. So
Veer,
is he ever going to show?
What, you guys want to call in? Oh, man, I'd love to chime in. You just ask your questions just like you did Phobic Wand or Phobic and we'll answer them here. I mean, Veer showed up before Raw. Veer left with Shane. By the way, Shane being released. Is this real? Can Shane really be fired, guys? Is that possible?
Kind of. I mean, he's technically just a talent, an on-air talent. He has no real say besides he is a McMahon.
I just can't imagine him being fired. This is just crazy to me that Shane McMahon, first off, he was in the Royal Rumble last night or 2-3 nights ago. So, right. I mean, why, if you're going to fire him, why would you have him in the Royal Rumble? You think he would gave him a one special, you think he was let me be in the Royal Rumble, Dad. That's my last wish for, no, that's not how this shit went down. And if he is done with the WWE, then I can assure you he's going to show up somewhere else with a purchase company, just like they did with WCW.
You think it's a work? I mean,
God. What if he buys Impact though, or something crazy? I feel like you could buy Impact for 3 bags of like rice and like, you know,
Whoa,
a 12-pack of Diet Coke.
Timeout. Impact gets so much hate, and it's such a good product.
Impact is ass.
I will not take that slander. I will not take that.
You love Impact.
I really do. I think it's going in a great direction right now.
Yeah.
When's the last time you watched an Impact?
I don't get the effing station, bro.
Nobody gets it.
So right now,
how am I supposed to watch something I don't get?
They have
a contract, Impact.
Oh my God, get a damn. I mean, I get like 548 stations, and I don't get to watch this. Thoughts on Thunder Rosa versus Athena, Ember Moon next weekend? Oh, I didn't know Ember Moon.
Wow.
Oh, is this AEW we're talking about? I didn't see the memo. I must have missed it tonight.
I didn't see that.
Ember's Moon's new name is Athena. I think that's kind of. I don't know about all that.
I wonder if she'll be there Saturday.
That was her name. In the
Someone on TikTok just wrote, "Wrestling is garbage nowadays. No disrespect." None taken. Thank you so much. I built my whole empire off of it, but thank you so much for shitting my cornflakes. That's awesome, bro. Think about someone just comes online and feels the need to just write like something negative for no reason whatsoever. Why? Like why? What?
It's a sad
people.
Life.
Why? I mean, why? Why do you need to come on and say anything negative? So, moving on. AEW just went down, boys and girls. I thought it was a decent show. Mike and I watched it kind of in our little simulcast there. We saw CM Punk and MJF come on at 9:15, 9:20.
Yeah, 9:18. They rang the
bell.
No
way this match is going 30, 40 minutes.
They did.
They'll have their entrances. Wardlow's going to come out, power bomb someone. But it went down. It really went down. And these guys, they had a decent, I wouldn't say Dave Meltzer 5-star match. I know that's what he's going to give it, but I would say they had a really good match. And I thought it was pretty good. What'd you guys think of it, Dan? I know you are a huge AEW fan. Let's go straight to the positivity. Power of positivity. What'd you think
JR says it was a slobber knocker. Really enjoyed it. Thought it was it told a great story. A little too long for my liking, but I still think it's a 4-star match. I think they told a really great story. I think that also set up a really great secondary story to continue their feud on the Revolution. So that was definitely a great main event. Besides it just being a little too long, I think it definitely was a home run.
Home run. It was, and I wasn't expecting a home run. I was kind of expecting a disappointing interference bullshit, but it did. It delivered. The match delivered. Cool Mike C, you got to sit here and watch it with yours truly. What did you think of this main event?
I would say beyond just being the main event, this is the reason CM Punk came back. He came back to be relevant. He came back to show what he can still do and help a younger guy get to the next level. That's why he's really here, is to help guys come along. With MJF, he's given him a great rub right now, and he did it right in his hometown. And he's big enough to say, I'll take the loss on this one. We'll get this moving forward, and we're going to see this resolved in Revolution right here in Orlando.
Dean Flanagan says, I don't agree with Punk losing. They should have built Punk like Taker streak, where he builds stars in the process and makes others look good. Wrong call, but not mad about it. Dean, I have to disagree. Punk in 2008 or whatever was unstoppable, or 2010. I don't even know what years it was. It's been so many years I've been watching this shit. But like Punk and I Talk Too Fast. Whatever. I don't care what you think.
What's wrong with you, Nico? Stop talking too fast.
Maybe I need to slow down for some people that are listening live right now. I'll slow down for y'all so you can understand.
Right, it's late, man. You should slow it down.
Here you go, Pam. I slowed down just for you. I'm from Florida anyway, so this is how we talk in some areas. Thoughts on the Elimination Chamber, guys? I don't want to spend too much time on CM Punk. I thought it was a decent match. I didn't think it was a banger. What was a banger was last week versus Sammy versus Cody Rhodes.
Yes, absolutely.
I went back and watched that match again, and some of those spots are downright dangerous.
Sammy is fearless.
He is, and he's giving it all, and I love it. I think
so
it's really.
I don't know if we're going to touch on this later, but I really want to get in a little bit of this Brian Kendrick stuff.
Let's get into it. Let's go right into it.
Dive.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let it enlighten us of what's going on, Daniel.
Yeah,
So
the Brian Kendrick?
The Brian Kendrick. And
Okay.
I know a lot of us were pretty surprised to see him on an infographic, and he was being advertised to go against John Moxley. And that was going to be one
tonight. He was supposed to have a match tonight.
Yes, that was supposed to be the opening bout. And apparently all of these past
According to
remarks,
who?
I believe it was 2013, 2011, somewhere in that time frame, started coming back out, resurfacing, and Brian Kendrick apparently went off the deep end with some really, really odd comments, really interesting ideas, and I think I didn't know about these before, and I'm usually not one for the cancel culture and don't believe in that, but if you actually heard some of the things this guy said,
Racist, I'm assuming.
Oh man, it was
homophobic or racist or what?
Really?
Anti-Semitic. It was.
We don't have to get into detail, but
Yeah,
we can use
you don't have to get totally deep into it, but it was
anti-Semitic. That's like the religious stuff. Yeah, he went everything.
Yeah. It was.
What do you do?
So when did this happen?
Tony
I
Khan make the right move?
When did this happen? I didn't even hear. I missed this entirely. Oh, today.
Yeah, and he went into conspiracy theories with like Skull and Bones and 9/11 and Illuminati, and it was
my God,
insane.
He's been hitting the head too many times. He's probably got CTE. Honestly, no joke.
I was on Ambien. Like Mr. Hanky, the Christmas poo,
Right.
He said he was on Ambien. That's why he said everything he said.
So did Roseanne.
And Roseanne was
Right.
like, I hate everything. Oh, I was on Ambien. Sorry.
She said I was on Ambien. It's like,
what is your favorite WWE game growing up? This is like the other question. I've just been playing video games, WWE, for so long. It's hard to remember. But like that first SmackDown with The Rock, the one where The Rock, like the rock bottom when the Stone Cold Stunner were like the two biggest moves you could do on it. I don't remember them all. I'm not interested in games like that. Are you either one of you into the video games where you can be like, WWE Unforgiven?
Nintendo N64, WCW NWO Revenge. That was my game. Played.
That was a good one. They had NWO on that one, right?
Yeah.
I do remember that one.
And you could actually edit, all the different types of wrestlers, and you can literally put NWO shirts on everybody and just kind of make your own little factions. The game was ahead of its time.
You had your own NWO full of just douches. It'd be like
you could
Brutus,
put Goldberg in a
Beefcake,
Wolfpack shirt. I mean, it was insane.
Oh man, I love it. I love it so much. I love talking about pro wrestling. Isn't it just so great? Daniel, we missed you yesterday. You missed another amazing show of NXT for those of you.
he's
NXT
big timing us again.
Dude, you're missing people like Tiffany Stratton.
He's
Daddy
too big to
said-
go to this. It's not worthy
Daddy
of
said that you
his
need to
time
come.
and attention.
You're missing people like Tiffany Stratton. You're missing people.
Are you going to Dark for sure this weekend?
I'm going to Dark. I
We're
definitely.
all
Afternoon or
going to
evening?
Dark. That's amazing. Hopefully,
I will be at
the
Dark.
wife lets me.
Planning
For
on
those
doing
of you
both.
on TikTok, come on over to Twitch and YouTube, link in bio. Come hang out with us over here. You can get a much better screen than just looking at my ugly mug the whole time. I hate when there's more people here than there. It should be the other way around. Anyways, that's life. We're growing on Twitch. We're growing on YouTube. I thank you, people like Jaybird2323 joining us on Twitch. I appreciate anyone joining me on Twitch. We're fairly new on Twitch, so people watching us on Twitch is actually pretty cool, in my opinion. Look at us, guys. Did you ever think you'd be on Twitch?
Andy Rose.
Jason Patrick Laporte says Ale House after dark. That's a negative, Ghost Rider. The pattern is full. We will not be going to Ghost Rider. You guys ask your questions live on TikTok to him. We'll answer them here on World Wrestling Radio, the best podcast in the world. I got to
Ale
admit,
House
guys,
after dark.
You got to admit, this looks pretty good, right?
It does.
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
I'm just getting started, but the new background, I'm pretty impressed with my shitty manly styling. My wife had little to no do with it, so I'm pretty. This is pretty exciting, guys. You can't see it here, but you should go over there.
You did
Anyways, Let's see what these douchers say. Do
Looks
I
very
own
Florida.
any WWE merchandise? Do I own any
Well,
WWE?
I mean, look at that original bro hat back there.
Dude,
I mean,
look, this is an actual Matt Riddle knows this hat, dude. This hat touched his fucking head. Here, let me ask you this. Do I know anything? What do you think that is right there? That's the Shockmaster, bro. You see him right there? Shockmaster Riddle. I got the championship belt. Got another belt right here.
Shockmaster.
What do you think? Do I own any merchandise? Yeah, I got some merchandise. This one's signed by Mick
Let's see the
Foley. Have a
signatures.
nice day.
nice.
Oh,
Love it.
nice.
So what do you got going on back there? Is that Sting? Sting's autograph? And
I got Sting over here. I got AJ and Jericho. Got the 60-inch screen TV. Got the nano leaf panels that I can control with buttons. I can control this shit with buttons. I'm living my best life right now. I'm truly the biggest dork you've ever met right now. And I'm happy about it. I don't even care. I didn't even spend that much money. I had a lot of this shit already, so it's pretty cool. Thanks for joining me on TikTok. Thanks for joining us over here. We are having the best time ever. I have my good friends, Daniel and Mike, Cool Mike C. This is fun for me because we're friends in real life. A lot of times I do shows with people I've never met. Next week, hopefully we'll have Julie Cutler on. She's competing for Miss America. She should be joining us next week, so that'll be exciting. Fortunately, she was under the weather this week, but we're going to have her on next week. So I'm not going to tell you guys. We're going to have to wait and save it for her, bro. I'm not telling you anything more. You're going to have to wait and see all about her story. We're going to let her report.
Any relation to Jay Cutler?
Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. They don't look alike, but how crazy would that be? Who do you think will be in the Hall of Fame this year? That is a great question, Jaybird 2323.
Not
and
Jeff
my
Hardy.
Guess,
right, and he was offered that.
Other than The Undertaker is going to be my first pick for someone to join the Hall of Fame. That's the main attraction there. That's the meat and potatoes there. I don't know who else. I don't really care who else. Doesn't even matter because all that matters is Undertaker. If Undertaker joins, then we're all golden. That's how it's going to be. So thank you for that question. But I think it's Undertaker. Who do you think, Dan? Who besides Undertaker, who can you see in the Hall of Fame this year?
Man, I think they really need to start targeting a lot of the older WCW guys. I mean, there's just not enough in the Hall of Fame. And, you can start bringing some nostalgia back that way. And, it's hard for me to really think of anyone right off the top that's really deserving, but I mean, there's definitely some really good talent out there that they can still add and that deserves to be in. And I mean, let's get China in already. Enough's enough.
Why is she not in? Is it because the whole I used to bang Triple H and now I'm Stephanie thing? Is there more to it? Is it because she did the porn? What's going on? What's her deal?
I don't.
What is up with China? Let China in, damn it, WWE. I know you're
listening. I think we need to get this trending. Free China in Hall of Fame.
She's in with DX.
Right? Oh, homegirl already got in with the DX. That's how they get you.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
You know what
Sean
I say
Waltman's
to that?
not going to get in
right here.
Zone either, but X-Pac got in.
Bro.
Let her in, bro. Bullshit.
She's in. There is no Hall of Fame.
This man, Adam, says Disco Inferno should be in the Hall of Fame.
I agree.
That is an interesting statement, Adam, and I appreciate that very much. Vader and Virgil should get in the Hall of Fame this year. Virgil's kind of a turd sandwich, I'm going to have to say. But Vader, for sure. Big Van Vader was, I remember in the 80s, was a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it.
Right.
Who better the Shield before they broke up? Okay, and we're hearing on TikTok, someone's asking, who was the better, before the Shield broke up, who was the better competitor? Was it Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, or Seth Rollins? Who was the biggest star when the Shield were the Shield?
I mean,
that's a tough one. For me, it was Seth Rollins. I really think Seth, at that point in time, in the beginning, to me, Seth kind of stuck out as the most talented person out of the group. I always knew Roman was going to have his Samoan heritage because they already said lineage this guy's son, this guy's dad, this guy's brother. But for me, it was Seth. Seth Rollins always kind of impressed me and had great matches. And I think he was the first of the three to win the WWE or Universal Championship belt. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And you know what's great? They all kind of won it from each other too. Like Dean won it from Roman or Seth, and then Seth won it from Roman at WrestleMania.
Right.
I mean, it was really kind of a thing. A lot of people agree Seth. A lot of people are going through saying Seth is their favorite too. I think that's an interesting question because the Shield was so special and they broke up so quickly.
Right.
Like they didn't get a chance to be this great this 4 horsemen style faction that like went on and dominated like you really thought that they would have.
Yeah, I think Roman has definitely.
Oh man, I didn't even notice Toxic was on under here before us. We got Indy and Toxic on. Look at Indy. Indy's so hot. I love that we're able to not like I can't stream it, but maybe I can show it. Maybe if I pull this off, like I'm going to be really happy that this is playing in the background. We'll see how this goes tonight. I'll have to go check and see if it's wiped out in the other thing. Keep asking your questions on Twitter, TikTok, everywhere. This is fun for us. We should have Mad Dog coming on and doing the news. I'm going to do my news and rumors before he comes on. I hope I don't ruin any of his.
I agree. Umaga should be in the Hall of Fame.
Umaga? Is that what they just said right now?
Yeah.
Umaga should definitely be in the Hall of Fame, bro. You are absolutely right. Umaga was a bad dude.
What about Lex Luger? Lex Luger should be in the Hall of Fame too.
Should Lex Luger be in the Hall of Fame? Cool, Mike C. What do you think about that? That's a very interesting question.
I guess. I mean, if you can have Coco Beware in there, you can have, him. He had much more of a meaningful impact, in a couple different promotions. So, yeah, definitely.
You're like, fuck it, let him in. Why not?
Beyond that, another obvious one.
Let me know, yes or no on Luger, what you think. A lot of people are saying no on Luger. I don't know. I think pre killing Elizabeth or allegedly whatever the drug incident where she passed away, unfortunately, I think he might have had a chance, but his rapid decline in health and his obvious his moment in the championship spotlight when he finally got there and became the world champion was an utter failure. And it's not because of his steroids. It was because he couldn't cut a promo because he probably wasn't good to work with in the back with the boys. And he was never really kind of respected as the top guy. And I love Lex Luger, but I was also a young child seeing this big, ridiculously buff guy coming out and flexing his titties and putting people in the human torture rack. The real Lex Luger was probably a douche sandwich. So I don't know what I'm going to go no on Luger. I don't think he's ready for it. And he'll probably pass because his health has been that bad over the last. It's bad. Like he could barely walk. But I think I'm going to go no on Luger this year. But I'm going to go yes on Umaga, yes on Undertaker.
What about the Steiners? The Steiners should be in.
I've actually heard the Steiners, they're bringing him around because of that.
Right.
I heard they had him on NXT. I heard Scott Steiner was actually backstage when Rick was in the front.
That's awesome.
I heard it. That's what they said.
Scott Steiner would be carted off. He would.
I heard he was backstage.
Don't believe that.
What do you think, Daniel? Bullshit?
Bullshit.
I mean, it's possible.
Rick Steiner's there?
Yeah, I mean,
holla if you hear me.
They're going hard.
Rick Steiner's a decent person. Scott's not.
Steiner math would be pretty majestic at a pay-per-view, don't you think?
Absolutely.
Oh my God! At the Hall of Fame. If you guys understand, if you add me to the Hall of Fame in 2022 and you subtract 2035, you get 74% of me making it into the Hall of Fame again with the Steiner brothers.
And then you add another 50% of just because I'm the big bad booty dad,
And that gets more percentages than you had before in percentages. Do you agree or disagree that we should have a Nexus reunion? Yo, Nico. What's up? Heisenberg 3750. Thanks for joining. Do you guys think we should have a Nexus reunion?
No way.
I'm good with that shit.
Right. It was sloppy to start with. And
didn't most of the guys burn bridges with the company anyways? I mean,
yes.
It's
What's your thoughts on John Cena, guys? Have you seen Peacemaker? Have you
love Peacemaker? John Cena is the GOAT.
Peacemaker's pretty great. Cool, Mike C. Have you got to see Peacemaker yet?
I have not.
I
don't know if I'm going to rush out to see it. I like him in Vacation Friends. If you saw Cena,
do you have a jailbroken Fire Stick? You need one if you don't have it. I will not give any spoilers. Don't worry, Heisenberg 3750. Why do you have the numbers 3750 at the end? Just curious. This seems kind of shady to me.
Might have been born March 7th, 1950.
Were you born March 7th, 1950? And is 3750 your bank account number that you punch in? Because if you are, that's like not good. A lot of people are saying love Peacemaker. A lot of people are saying love John Cena. Is John Cena in any of your Mount Rushmores? And I see Mad Dog has joined us. We're going to get to him live for Mad Dog's news in just a minute. But Daniel, is he on your Mount Rushmore? I heard you say GOAT earlier. Is he part of the Rushmore?
He is the GOAT.
He is definitive. The GOAT. You think he's the greatest of all time?
Absolutely.
Hi, Mad Dog. How you doing?
Hey, good. How are you guys?
Cool, Mike C. Is he on your Mount Rushmore? John Cena?
No. But
who is your Mount Rushmore?
He's significant.
Significant.
Taker. He's on mine.
Stone Cold. I know you got Rock instead, so we've got.
I got actually both Stone Cold and The Rock on mine. Believe it or not.
Being more old school, I got to go with Ric Flair.
Ric Flair.
And then
we have the same Mount Rushmore.
And here's a reminder of is Charlotte Flair.
And you can always tell someone's age, like Phobic Juan 5031 right here. You can tell he's older because he said Luthez, Flair, Taker, and Austin's his Mount Rushmore. Like if you're saying Luthez, you're probably over 50 years old. You know what I mean? There's no kid in his 20s going Luthez, San Martino. They're all going like Cena, Rey Mysterio. Like they have a.
But we are talking all time.
Rushmore than me. Yeah,
we're talking all time. So he's right.
Wow. You got me. Phobic Juan, you got me. 18 of it. Well, then kudos to you, bro. All right. He's a professional wrestler. That's why.
Oh, I get it. Yeah. So he's going for the greatest.
Maybe we'll have you on the show sometime, Phobic Juan. Thanks for joining us on Twitch. We're trying to grow on there. We appreciate it. All right. Let's get to the news. Let me play some music for this man. His name is Mad Dog, folks. He is the leader of World Wrestling Radio social media. He's back after a long hiatus. We all had a hiatus.
Yeah, we all did. Yeah,
we imploded. Shit happens. Me, you, and Vince. Oh, by the way, Vince couldn't make the show again. That's not a shocker here. Vince is gonna, like we said, be late to his own funeral. But Mad Dog, thanks for joining me. Let me give you some music right here. It's Mad Dog, everybody, the greatest news reporter of all time, and now he's gonna bring to you the mother effing news. Give it to us, Mad Dog. Did y'all hear Roman Reigns music playing, by the way?
Yeah, I know
okay,
who that is. I actually have a story about him. So I'm going to start off with the biggest news of today and probably of the century, obviously, as everybody knows. Shane McMahon was released from WWE this morning. Apparently, he was let go quietly, and it was done in secret, according to a certain Uncle Dave. So that's what I know there. The next story I have,
I just can't believe that to be real. Like I just don't believe it. That's how could the son of Vincent Kennedy McMahon, the chairman of the WWE's son, how could he be fired from the WWE? And how many times, by the way, is Uncle Dave Meltzer wrong? It's got to be 50%, right?
I believe he was let go in some sort of capacity, but I believe, what I've heard from multiple sources as well, not just, from Meltzer. I believe Sapp said something about it was a buildup of like a bunch of different things.
Shout out to Sean Ross Sapp, the ultimate news reporter.
So he basically said it might have been a buildup of things over the years, but apparently people were not happy about him trying to book himself to be more involved in the men's Royal Rumble match Saturday night.
Nice. Oh, and by the way, guys, a little breaking news. I'm trying to get Big Vito. Remember him from the WWE? I've been talking to him on TikTok, trying to get him on our podcast so he could be coming on the next couple weeks. Could be exciting to see him. You guys could see a true legend.
From FBI?
The one and only, brother.
The one and
You already
only
know.
Big
Maybe he's
Vito.
live right. If you're live right here,
Yeah.
Vito, let me know in the DMs. Keep going, Mad Dog.
Yes.
That was great. Don't
great.
stop.
Thank you.
Bro.
Right. So the next one I have here actually broke literally about, I would say, anywhere from half hour to about 15 minutes before AEW went on the air tonight. Brian Kendrick was pulled from the show. Wheeler Yuta actually took his place for the Jon Moxley match in the beginning of Dynamite tonight. Kendrick just tweeted an hour ago that he apologizes for his tweets he made in 2000 or comments he made in 2011. And, Tony Khan, like he tweeted out, earlier saying they had to pull him from the show. But he's still signed with the company. As of now, he is still signed with AEW. I've been trying to look that up because a lot of different sources keep saying he's gone. He's not gone. He's still signed, apparently, for now. So I guess we'll see where that leads.
The news by Mad Dog. Don't stop. Keep going.
Okay. Yeah.
It's the news.
That's
by
right.
Mad Dog.
Okay. So
Sorry, I'm trying to hype up your news section,
that's
bro.
okay.
I like it.
No, it's fine, man. All good. Right. So, as you know, and actually, I got to FaceTime this wrestler once. Randy Orton, who I did not FaceTime, it was actually Matt Riddle. Riddle actually and Randy Orton were supposed to. The original plans were for Riddle to win the Royal Rumble match and to face Randy Orton at WrestleMania. Now, the match might still happen. We don't know, but at this time, that was the original game plan. Then they kind of just did that whole thing with Brock Lesnar, and they pulled that whole thing. So,
bro,
that's what I found out there.
I mean, I know we're all personally marks for bro because we all love him for being NXT and all this other stuff. But like, was there any chance in hell that Matt Riddle was going to win the Royal Rumble? Was that written anywhere at all? Did Vince McMahon? Because let's be honest, unless Vince McMahon wrote that shit with a piece of paper and a pen, did he write that down anywhere that Matt Riddle's winning the Royal Rumble? Daniel, what do you think?
It had to be discussed. I mean, at some point, we've all talked about how WWE has struggled so hard to build new superstars, and that's been their big knock. And Matt Riddle is really the shining light they have, despite his age. He's really no spring chicken.
36, yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's no spring chicken. So his time needs to be now.
And Randy Orton also was in the discussion. I know his name had to come up for winning the Royal Rumble. There's just no way that his name didn't pop up out of all this shit. And how quickly did they switch it over, pull the switcheroonie, and decide that Lesnar was going to lose and win? Like, it just seems like another clusterfuck from WWE put together, and it showed. The Royal Rumble was not great. Let's be honest. It wasn't great.
No. And the heat backstage with Shane McMahon trying to put himself over and put him in chamber did not help neither, apparently. So,
the heat backstage.
So that's what.
Mad Dog, I have a question for you. Do you think,
of course,
with the addition of Matt Riddle to Elimination Chamber and Orton not being in it, do you think this is the start and the setup to having that title match at WrestleMania?
Right. So I also have in my notes here, I have a whole notepad, that Randy Orton's on somewhat of a mini hiatus right now. He asked time away from WWE. That's why you're not seeing him as much. He was on Raw, obviously, but, he did request a little time away. Guess he needs a little break. But yes, I do possibly see that. But my next piece of news segment right now is WWE's no clue what they're doing.
Hold on. You got to let me hype you up, bro. Chill.
Okay.
Bro.
And now, the next piece of news by the one and only Mad Dog. Take it away, Mad Dog.
All right. Okay, so right. So my next piece of news actually ties back to the other thing I just said a couple seconds ago. WWE has no clue what they're doing with the WWE Championship right now. They don't know where to put it and what to do. As you guys know, Lashley is champion. He has to defend it against 5 other men in the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia next month, or this month, I should say, in a couple weeks. So that's pretty crazy to me that they don't know what to do. They're like the most prestigious wrestling company in the world, and they don't know where to put their championship. It's just kind of bizarre to me, at least.
Prestigious wrestling company and the most prestigious wrestling title, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, has no direction for WrestleMania. And let's be honest, there's a lot of possible direction for them to go. Could be Big E, could be some kind of triple threat bullshit with Brock and Roman and Bobby, which would be fire. Let's be honest. Could be Sethy Poo, could be KO. There's so many people that could move into this picture and get that main event spot. It could be Bad Bunny. Let's be honest, guys. That dude's been tearing it up. He gives the sickest Canadian destroyer I've ever seen. Who knows? I mean, let's be honest. It could go anywhere. And let's just go ahead while we're here and let's make our predictions. Who will Bobby Lashley face at WrestleMania? Daniel.
I think Big E just makes the most sense. I don't know that there's anyone else out there who, from just a standpoint of 2 physical specimens, that make the most sense to put on the grandest stage.
I think Heisenberg, and I'm going to go next. I think Heisenberg 3750 has a valid point. I agree with this. I think Lesnar wins at Chamber. Lesnar versus Roman, title versus title at WrestleMania. Let's go. That's it. That's the match everyone wants. You can't get Roman versus Rock. So you get Roman versus Lesnar, title versus title, and you call it a day.
Well, it makes the most sense. I mean,
that's the match.
Because you know you're going to have
these dumbass titles anyways.
Right. And you're going to have Rousey main eventing one night, and then you're going to have Lesnar and Reigns main eventing the next.
Exactly. That's the biggest draw for this. I don't really know. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm excited for it, WrestleMania. Are we all going to be there except Mad Dog? I don't think you're going to make it, right?
No. Not this year. Maybe next, though. Maybe Hollywood.
Me and Cool Mike C, are you making the road to Texas?
Yes. Dallas.
Nice. I will be in Austin, Texas, Wednesday night, and I'm staying all the way to Tuesday. So I'm really excited for the WrestleMania weekend. You'll be able to catch me on TikTok and all these social media platforms. I'll be going live. I won't be at the Extra Studios. What do you think of the Extra Studios, Mad Dog? And this is the first time you've seen it, right?
Yeah. It's really cool, man. It's a good setup.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I'm really proud of it. You got more news for us?
I do, actually.
Hold on.
Wrestle. Okay.
And now it's more news from Mad Dog.
Do a little dance too. Oh, wait. Okay, so the next thing I have here is the Hall of Fame ceremony. You know, you guys were talking a little bit about it earlier. I want to give some clarification on it, if I may. It will take place right after SmackDown on April 1st. As you guys know, WrestleMania is the Saturday. It's Saturday and Sunday this year, April 2nd, April 3rd. So it's going to be 10:30 to midnight. It's going to be a Peacock, US, and WWE Network outside the US. And like I said, it's going to be from 10:30 to 12 a.m. So it's going to be a long night because you got 2 hours SmackDown. Then you have to go on Peacock to watch the Hall of Fame ceremony. But that's how they're doing it this year. A little different than last year. So
are they supposed to have the Hall of Fame actually at SmackDown?
Yes, right after SmackDown goes off the air. According to this, it's supposed to start.
That's the only way they're going to catch my ass at the Hall of Fame, because there's a lot of shit going on at WrestleMania weekend, including GCW, which I'd like to see for the first time. I've never seen that. They've been putting on some banger shows. You know that WrestleMania one's going to be nuts. You're going to see Cardona and Gage and Jared and all these other douchebaggeronis coming out. Crazy. You got one more piece of news for us, and we'll get the hell out of here.
Yes, I do actually. This is quite exciting. This is actually a funny one. This is a really funny one. So Roman Reigns, you guys know he's the Universal Champion, and just like you said,
Wait, you didn't let me intro you, bro.
oh, my bad.
And now, with his final piece of news for the evening, Mad Dog. Sorry, I'm just trying to test out my new shit, man.
No, it's fine. All good. I like it, man.
Go ahead, Mad Dog. Take it away.
Okay, so like I said, you guys know Roman Reigns. He needs no introduction. Universal Champion. He's on this god tier level of just dominance in the company right now. He was talking the other day, and he basically was talking about dropping the belt possibly, and he said he has to really talk to Vince and Kenny McMahon about that conversation. And he also said that the best piece of line he said was Vince McMahon better acknowledge him if he does have to drop that belt. Like he literally said, he laughed and literally said that he better acknowledge Vince McMahon better acknowledge Roman Reigns. So I thought that was really funny.
The only person he's acknowledging lately is Austin Theory. He's not acknowleding him at all. Jay Bird, I've not heard the John Moxley rumors. Mad Dog, King of Rumors, have you heard the John Moxley rumors?
I've heard about John Moxley possibly feuding with Bryan Danielson. I've heard that.
I don't think that was a rumor. They pretty much were face to face in the ring.
I've also heard they might become a tag team, so that might also happen too. There was
Tell us what the rumor is, Jay Bird. We want to hear your juicy news.
There was the rumor about him being in the Rumble, but hell, they said CM Punk was going to be in the Rumble. They said Cody was going to be in the Rumble because he's not signed to AEW right now. They said, everybody just kept saying that this person's going to be in the Royal, and no one from AEW showed up. So, wow. Punk, I think, said, he goes, if you really want to see, our program, he goes, just watch AEW. So that's what he said. I mean, you got to do it. I mean, if you want to watch them, go watch the other show. Don't watch, WWE said. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
Awesome. All right, it's 11:02, guys. We've gone 2 minutes past our allotted time. Thank you so much, Mad Dog, for bringing us the news.
No, thank you for having me.
Hopefully every week that Mad Dog is healthy enough to make it. He does have health issues. If you are here, we'll get you in for the news and report. Hopefully Vince will be back next week. He was very busy driving for over 3 hours from Smoothie King to his house. That's a really long drive from the Smoothie King to his house, but I'm glad. Hopefully he made it home from Smoothie King. I don't know. Seeing y'all going to be in Dallas. Check out the truck in Dallas. Yeah, I'll come hang out with you guys in Dallas. Come see me. Get your Nico Mania t-shirt. I don't even know where it went. I have my shirt somewhere. I had the Nico Mania shirt. We're going to be giving more shit away. You can win that belt right there. Link in bio. You know what to do. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. I am Nico Extra, Mad Dog. I'm not going to bother anymore with Daniel and Cool Mike C saying you could find me because you guys don't really care if you're to be found. And Mad Dog, you run the WWR World Wrestling Radio Twitter page. Go check Mad Dog out there. He puts himself over on there anyway, so you can find him out there. Delia, what's up? Look at it. Look who it is. It's our favorite girl from NXT. How you doing? You're a little late. We're about to leave. Maybe next week or the following week we'll have you on our show. You can tell us about your experience visiting down here, hanging out with our crazy crew. Sleeping in David Sanderson's room without David Sanderson there. Don't worry, guys. He wasn't in the room. We know better. We'd never did. Thank you so much. But we'll get you on in the next couple of weeks. She's an aspiring wrestler. We hope to see her in the future.
Absolutely.
Other than that, thank you everyone for joining us. Let's end on some music here. Let's play Nakamura again. He's always
and let's get Nico in Impact, guys.
What was
Seriously, we need to get you watching Impact.
Oh man, Impact's hard too for me because of TNA. I have such a love-hate for it. It's a rough one.
Mad Dog, come on, give us some Impact news.
The biggest thing, at least I've had over the past couple of weeks.
Wrap it up.
The biggest thing I had with Impact is that they WWE asked the Inspiration, which used to be the Iconics, Billy Kay, and now Cassie Lee. I think Billy Kay's going by a different name now. I forget what it is, but they are basically doing WWE asked them to be in the Rumble, and they turned it down. So that's the biggest news. And apparently the door was open when Mickie James came in, but apparently she was never supposed to win anyway. But I don't know. It's very, very a gray area with that situation because Mickie James was supposed to actually eliminate more women than what she was able to get. So it's interesting. Really is.
Thank you for that.
Of course.
All right. So for future reference, since everyone try to give some WWE news, some AEW news, and some Impact news to make Daniel happy, so we can talk about. Yeah.
I actually watch Impact, so I know.
Nice. Good for you
guys.
guys.
We gotta get you to watch Impact, Nico.
You know what? I need to do more. I need to be more on Twitch.
I agree with Daniel, man.
I need to be more streaming on Twitch. I want to thank all you guys. I want to thank everyone that's on Twitch right now. Most of the people watching right now are on Twitch. Thank you so much. I'm going to be on Twitch a lot more. I'm going to be on YouTube a lot more. This is the year of Nico Extra. You're going to be seeing a shitload of me. I'm going to be playing video games. I'm going to be talking shit about wrestling. I'm going to be bringing my nerdy friends on with me, just like these dorks and me. We're going to be a bunch of dorks just talking a bunch of shit. It's going to be amazing. I'll even have some hot chicks on every now and then. It's going to be fun. If you won't get banned, stream Impact. Will we get banned streaming Impact? Let me know.
Yes.
If not, I'd love to stream Impact. I don't give a shit. Let's stream Impact, maybe. What's it on? Thursday nights?
Thursday nights.
All right, awesome. We'll talk about it later, guys. Thank you so much. Have a great night. We are World Wrestling Radio. We're the best ever. We're the best podcast ever, and we're out of here.